Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wasn't sure if I will record a video today, but here I am. This beautiful ball behind me that is changing the lights. If you're interested in it, you can watch this video all the way to the end. I stood there for a minute or so to show you how beautiful it is. So guys, I have few topics for you today. I will try my best to walk over the ice and snow right there, this beautiful park, it's actually not park, it's like a little promenade with changing lights. First and foremost, I want to start with a video that I came across today, and those are the words of President of Belarus, Lukashenko, and what he was saying is something that many of you know, what has been planned for Poland and Belarus and Russia in the next coming weeks, months, and it's not good at all. I'm trying to break the news to show you the lights so we don't all go crazy with the politics. So I have written down almost the entire speech that he gave. I'm not sure exactly what it was. It looked like a gathering for the generals and some military officials. You will find the link to this video that has been translated from Belarusian into Polish language, but you can turn on the translation in English as well. So let's start with this. What he said: we know all the scenarios obtained by the intelligence services of various types of provocations of extremist activities involving militias located in the territory of Ukraine, Poland and Lithuania. That's what he said. We immediately make them public. Another operational information, I quote, "This is important information for Poles. Polish and American intelligence are preparing," I found a good place to sit down, so bear with me. Perfect, okay. Polish and American intelligence are preparing large-scale provocations against the civilian population of Poland, for which they will blame Russia and Belarus. You need an opportunity and confusion, everything as old as time. Once the fascist Hitler prepared such an operation on the border with Poland to provoke the beginning of war hostilities. Now, these bastards, he said. The matter with Americans is clear. They do not care whether the last Ukrainian or the last Pole dies. But how can Poles agree to such a scenario? That is the question. It is known that after this it will start here and there. And what he means is, quoting, he, meaning Lukashenko, he is escalating the situation here to scare Poles. As I said, and you draw your conclusions. I tell Poles and others, we will live and we will learn, and we will see. But we want Poles as brothers to be careful and prudent. At the same time, Warsaw is trying to recruit high-rank Belarusian officials who will be able to replace our, and I'm not sure he used those two terms, łachuszki, cichuszki. They believe that they are unable to change the situation in Belarus and implement the scenario of a color revolution. Let me continue, just flip the page. They will not be able to carry out an armed invasion. So we follow this process and see their approach to people in in high positions in Belarus, both in the military and civilian spheres. They will look for new activists here who will be more effective towards the West. All methods will be used, from a banal bribery and blackmail to threats to life and health, yours and your loved ones. Everyone can be the center of their attention. Everyone must understand the real situation. Now let me put my gloves on because I'm recording without the gloves on, and it's a little challenge after a while. I was listening to his speech, and I'm not surprised at all what he's saying, because my comment before I continue is that they will definitely try to create some form of provocations. We all know this, that's how it goes. That it might come from few different regions, and I think Poland for sure, Lithuania. They also are doing something, guys, with Polish farmers. I'm telling you, this movement with Polish farmers, they might use as an excuse and turn it against Poles. Big time. But let me continue here because it's a lot of stuff I have written down. Thank you for your patience with me. You know how I record my videos. So let's continue with this. He said the most important events for the country, meaning Belarus, will take place in the near future. Single voting day, establishment of all Belarusian National Assembly. They will try to undermine it again. This is obvious. The pattern has not changed, but you have to be prepared for the fact that they will come out with new factors that they will destabilize the society. If we reject all fakes and nonsense, today our fugitives and our foreign organizers from the special services are developing three main scenarios of actions for this period. And this is not Lukashenko's or our special services fairy tale. And here he said thank you to our intelligence, our boys, and two of those officers stood up. And he said, I always say that such a people should be valued. They are more valued to us than gold. And he continues, but as I said, there are three scenarios. The first one is the most desirable one for them. It is organizing a coup or a brutal takeover of power during an election campaign, but at the same time, they themselves assess it as unlikely. They do not yet see any preliminary condition for the situation to be similar to that one in 2020. The second scenario, is the most important. Using the election campaign as a rehearsal and a preliminary stage for preparations for a coup during the upcoming presidential elections in 2025. It is this scenario that the main forces and resources will be allocated, and the process of searching for the new boiling points in society will be launched, which might include a new wave of protests. As I said earlier, we are being watched very closely, and they are waiting for the authorities to make a mistake, so that they can use it for their own purposes. This cannot be allowed. The third backup scenario is a long-term game using soft power tools in the event of failure of the first two scenarios. The third scenario is possible. They will try to quietly change our country, influence the minds and souls of our people. That's how it will be. And why I read you this almost entire speech of his is this. What he said in the very beginning of it, when he was saying that they are planning to do something and turn it against Polish population, like I told you guys before, I've been saying this many times before. That's how they do it. They twist everything. So they're gonna create a false flag scenario and then convince everyone in Poland that they have to go to fight the war, as they are preparing the country mentally for it, right? I mean, how can you be mentally ready? But you know what's going on by now, don't we all? And he was addressing this. Now, Tusk, our Polish Prime Minister, new/old, has made some statements in regards to the protests of Polish farmers, and also, I don't know if you've seen that banner, that poster that was on one of the trucks of Polish farmers' trucks that was saying, Putin, take care of Ukraine, like clean up Ukraine and clean up Brussels as well. Like put it in order, put Ukraine in order and put Brussels in order. And I guess this is the reason why Tusk mentioned this. So I'm gonna tell you what was his statement. Polish Prime Minister, new/old, as I say, Donald Tusk, announced that the proposed meeting at the border between Poland and Ukraine with Volodymyr Zelensky will not take place. Now, quoting him, I have made myself clear. I am in contact with the European Commission. This is our joint agreement with President Andrzej Duda. We don't need symbolism in our relations. We don't need symbolism in our relations. On March 28th, a meeting of representatives of Polish and Ukrainian governments will be held. I don't know if I haven't told you this. Now they're going to have officially two parliaments, like he said, Ukrainian and Polish. So the meeting of representatives of the Polish and Ukrainian governments will be held. I have to make another video about it because this will explain what's going on, like united governments in a way. But let me just record a separate video. Let's continue with Tusk. The last few days have been days of growing tension on the front line in Ukraine. Politics has turned into a state of permanent, deliberate attack and the threat from Russia. Polish Prime Minister Tusk on farmers' protests said this: they can count on me. I would like to emphasize that I do not cease in my efforts to secure the interests of Polish farmers. We are consistently talking about it with Ukraine and in the European Commission. And here is this: I will never agree to one thing. We cannot I will never agree to one thing. We cannot allow those who openly and shamelessly support Putin, who discredits us, Poles and protesters, to take advantage of the farmers' protests on the border with Ukraine. In these weeks, the fate of Ukraine is at stake. I don't have to convince anyone that our fates also hang in balance. Any attack in the public space, any support for Putin's narrative, is high treason. We will not tolerate this, Tusk said. So there you have this from the Polish. In any way, we will not tolerate this in any way, he said. Meanwhile, today I have posted a video on community page that is video in Polish, and it shows another attempt on insulting Polish flag. What it looks like, because it's in Polish, someone recorded this with a phone, it seems to me, trying to make sense out of it, as if there was a Ukrainian man who just threw this flag into some kind of, off the road, like he threw it like a piece of garbage or something like this. And a group of Polish men, patrol and also farmers, have gathered, and since I think he was just by himself, I don't know why he did it, someone saw he did it, they surrounded him and very, very angry, of course cursing words, they demanded for him to go pick up this flag and bring it back. What I think is going on at this point, guys, they are trying to create some form of provocations on the border using this protest that is a genuine protest that stands for something right. They want to turn it into conflict because this gives a great opportunity to again infiltrate a movement that wants to create a change for the better. That's how they do it. Now I have a... Let me see if I have this here. Yes, I have comments of the day. So we're gonna end with this. From 2 videos ago. One is from Barbara Shaw, QW3VZ. Those names, oh guys. Anyway, you said, I support the farmers 100%. The politicians, the political class are all second-rate villains leading us to hell. Next comment, which I really like, is from Hamismat, and you said the EU is a straight jacket. I like this comment actually. The third one is from IK1408. Anya, привет. You are right to be angry, and yes, as the saying goes, if you don't care about politics, then politics will... If you don't take care of politics, then politics will take care of you. People need to pay attention and to voice their opinions on political events. Yes, you know, this is not the time to remain quiet or ignorant or afraid of speaking the truth, because not gonna change anything. My thoughts on the current events, especially with farmers, at this moment I think there's about 250 protests going on simultaneously, if I said this word correctly, in Poland. They are not giving up, but again, like I'm saying, guys, they are going to use this and create some form of fake drama, and this is in my opinion, how they're going to take this event and turn it around with the farmers. There was a report made on Polish media that because of those protests, farmers' protests, an ambulance was not able to make it to the hospital with someone who is fighting for their life. Again, this turned out to be fake news. They are already creating fake news in Polish media, turning things around like they always do, so they can present farmers or other people who fight for the better future into bad light. But that's as far as about light. Let me show you how beautiful is this place. It's just in between the streets, and you have some art like this. Incredible, guys. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching my videos. I want to ask you to hit that like. I just want to try something. I never ask you to do it, but if you hit this like, I've noticed that if we cross 10,000 likes, YouTube recommends videos much more. I've realized this. I know this is a very high number for my channel, but if we can do it, would be great. More people watch the videos, more people have awareness what's going on, at least to some extent. And with this being said, thank you for watching, for liking, sharing, subscribing. The links to the articles and the video with Lukashenko you find down below this video in the description box, as well as my Instagram. Please follow me there to see more of Moscow. And mailing list, you can buy me a coffee, that supports me as well. I appreciate very much. Thank you to all of you who became the supporters on Locals. It really keeps me going. And for all your donations, your kindness. That's it. Lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. Bye everyone.